All right, dude, so I did a night gauntlet with this truck.
Yeah.
Towing about 8,000 pounds with our F-250 OBS Ford.
Right.
And then my clutch pedal went soft the following morning, yada, yada, yada. We gotta get this truck to the transmission shop. Mr. Truck, I'm smoking.
Smoke.
Do you see that?
I know, because you got your foot off the gas. It wants full throttle, man. Don't be
Always? I think I just broke the truck. Well, I know it's broke. Let me show you. All right, so here under the hood, this reservoir right here is for the hydraulic manual clutch assembly. And I could see that the fluid is dirty. We just refilled a bunch of it. It was very, very low. There's air in the system. I looked it up and it's very difficult to bleed one of these systems. And also because the fluid is dirty and it was leaking, there's some other problem going on, underlying problems.
Okay, so we have 3 steps to do that. A, we've got to get this thing hopefully moving.
Yes.
Get it on the trailer, and then tow it with something.
Yes.
I can't do it with my Santa Cruz, and I don't think you want to do it with your...
No, my Colorado won't tow it.
Okay.
We cannot do it with Case's Corvette either.
That would be funny as hell, though.
Because we're going to be pushing 8,500 pounds.
Ooh.
But I have something in mind.
Okay.
All right, so let's see if it moves.
Okay, let's do that.
Yes!
Okay, well, the starting part wasn't really an issue. It's the going part.
Yeah, I had to wait for the glow plug, to go off,
Sure.
and everything is okay. Now let's see if I can put it in gear.
Okay, first gear it is.
Yes! I think it's doing it. Yes!
With that, folks, he rode off into the sunset forevermore, never to be seen again, as he took his OBS Ford to Mexico. Congratulations, everything the current administration has fixed with the environment you've just destroyed, just by doing that.
All right, let me show you. We're gonna max out a big luxury SUV. Let's go.
All right. Hey, Andre,
Yeah.
what's the maximum tow rating on the Nissan Armada?
It's 8,500 pounds.
And how much does the trailer weigh?
2,600 pounds.
How much does this weigh?
Almost 6,000 pounds.
Wow. So we are really close to full max.
Well,
if not there.
This is TFL truck, my friend. What we do is we max out all vehicles we test.
Yeah.
And so let me show you the Armada.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Ta-da! This is the new 2023 Nissan Armada Platinum. This is the most luxurious Armada basically you can get.
Yeah, it's fully loaded with like every single little thing you can get, right?
Let me pop the hood because we need to look at the power of this beast.
Yeah, that's interesting. Actually, if you pan to your right, you're going to see a Nissan Titan pass by.
Yeah.
Now, it's interesting because they are related,
Yes.
but in weird ways.
And we can talk about, where they're built.
Yeah.
And if we think, the Titan is going away, but if we think the Armada will go away or not.
That is a worthy conversation from the road.
Yes. But this is 5.6 liters, right? Of endurance.
Endurance, right. We love this engine, but it's hooked up to a 7-speed automatic transmission, which is essentially the older transmission that oddly was replaced with a 9-speed in the Titan, but not in this.
400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque because I put in premium 91 octane plus fuel here in Colorado. So we should have maximum power from this beast. And now let's check out the trailer and the hitch. As with most new SUVs, luxurious ones, this has a little cover plate when you're not towing. Right, for
And it
the
looks like
bumper.
it comes off with like just 2 tabs.
Yeah, so they have these twist tabs. And if 10 was the easiest way to remove a tab and 1 was the most horrifically bad way,
Yeah.
this is more like an 8 or a 9.
Oh, okay, so you like it.
So yeah, so not probably the perfect one because it's a little bit hard to turn, but still really good.
Okay.
Now, the 2-inch receiver is actually pretty good. Here's our regular chain hooks. They actually, I don't have a lot of trouble, bam. And then there's enough space for the breakaway cable, which is emergency brake cable on the trailer. But this is a little flimsy, look at this. When I was plugging in,
Yeah,
kinda
it's at an
moves.
angle. It looks like it's, yeah, that's weird.
So what I had to do is I had to hold this
Uh-huh.
and kind of
Really push it in there, right?
yeah, brace myself. But we're using our Gen Y hitch like we always do. It's really heavy duty, steel, height adjustable. And we have our Aluma trailer, thanks to our friends at Rifle Truck and Trailer. All right, so before we get going, tow haul mode, right?
Right.
And then also down here is the trailer brake controller.
Yeah, which
And
is...
it's by my right hand, which I like.
But
It's
this, if you're in park, you don't really have access, do you?
Yeah, but that's okay. I guess when we're driving, there's a little bit of better access here,
Yeah,
so
fine, right.
it's okay. And I was gonna go to about 4.5 and see how that feels.
Okay, and while you do that, I'm going to charge my phone.
Wirelessly?
Yeah, hell yeah, because
Oh.
every car has this, and so Nissan hides theirs.
All right, dude. So we have to go about 15 miles, okay?
Okay.
Here from Boulder down towards Thornton, actually,
Uh-huh.
to the transmission shop to drop the truck off.
Right.
I reset my MPG, so we'll tell you a fuel efficiency that we're seeing on this run.
Gotcha.
But right now, I can tell you a couple things.
Okay.
First, I think the ride is pretty nice as far as comfort.
Hasn't been a problem.
Yes. I can kind of tell we're near our limit because on some of the bigger undulations, I think we're kind of bottoming out almost.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the suspension fully extended itself in the back, so there's still some sag, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I can feel definitely there's a big weight behind me.
Yeah.
Can definitely feel that. But, Nathan, we have to climb this South Boulder hill.
Oh, yeah, so this climb, this is a little bit of a test because, once again, we are pulling with the vehicle. Yeah, we put out 400 horsepower,
Yeah.
but bottom line is that we are really near the limit.
Yeah, plus you and I think both agree. I want to see what the 7-speed is capable of, right?
Right.
Because you and I both towed with a Titan with a 7-speed, and that wasn't ideal. So maybe they did something, new programming maybe, right?
Yeah, but
we
that
can-
Titan had a higher tow rating, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
could tow closer probably to 10,000 pounds.
Yeah, but, I mean, at the time, I wasn't towing with its max. I don't think you were either.
No.
All right, we'll see what it does.
All right, let's climb. It's coming up in a few seconds here. Okay, now I put my foot down a little bit. The engine sound is kind of far away, right?
Yeah, I'd agree. Now, the funny thing is that, funny thing, this is related to the QX80. I mean, they're direct relatives.
Yeah.
Essentially different skin and a nicer interior on the QX80, but the QX80 is far more expensive. And
Yes.
honestly, every single time, I'll say this all day and all night, these things are really well put together, and I don't see a reason why you would ever need a QX80 when you have the Armada around.
Yeah, I mean, some people really care about the brand and the marketing behind it, right?
Yeah.
But I would agree with you. If somebody said Armada or QX80, which one would you like? I'll just say, I want to save a little bit of money and go with an Armada. All right, now we're descending the hill we climbed.
Yeah.
And I've tapped my brakes a couple times, but it didn't downshift for me. I mean, I could do it manually, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it needs to. And Nissan has been pretty good with most of their trucks, including some of their older ones, with being able to, downshift when needed. I don't think it needed it. Now, speaking of that, let's talk about this truck's future.
Yeah.
Because we recently announced in a video, many of you watched, on TFL Truck, that it was on truck, right? Mm-hmm. That the Nissan Titan is actually going away. It truly is. After the 2024 model year, it's
Which
gone.
is in the summer of 2024. Yes.
Right. And some of you thought that, okay, that means that the Titan goes away, this goes away, and the QX80 goes away. And the answer to that is not yet.
At least, well, first of all, there's no official word on that.
Exactly.
And also, they're not built at the same factory.
Yeah, see, that's part of the confusion we had initially is
Yeah.
that they used to be, with the first generation of Titan and the first generation of Armada and QX80, they were all built in the same plant, or, in the same plant area, I should say.
Yeah, like near Canton, Mississippi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with the second generation of Titan, they moved all production for these vehicles to Japan. Mm-hmm. So both this and the QX80 are built in Japan, which means that Canton plant, when it closes from Titan production, won't be a big deal for this at all.
Right.
Because that plant is switching over to something else this most likely, at least as far as we know now, will still be built for a little while in Japan. And they do sell these. Actually, they sell quite a few Infinities too. It's one of Infinity's best
Well, look,
sellers.
you mentioned Infinity. It's
There's
right there.
QX, there's
it's
a
right
relatively
there.
new one too.
Yeah.
Oh, I could feel a little bit of that.
Oh, yeah. It was kind of porpoising a little
Yeah,
bit.
we went through some undulations to where there was some uneven pavement where we had dropped down and then came back up, and there was definitely the tail wagging the dog on that one.
Just a little. Yeah.
Just a little.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not perfect, but for its size, I still think that 6,000 pounds is the sweet spot. And anything above that, then you're really challenging the vehicle, but it can still do it.
Dude, it's the weirdest thing. There's this OBS Ford that's been following us for the last
Boy,
10
has
miles.
he been tailgating, right?
Wow, look at
Look
this.
at that. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Okay, we're almost there.
Yeah, so if we flip this down to the regular mirror, there we go. Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, that might help a little bit.
So I gotta say, dude, I'm pleasantly surprised because I expected the 7-speed to be a little bit more hunty. It wasn't that hunty. So it's actually kind of picking the right gears. So I think they reprogrammed it or worked on it.
I'm willing to bet serious money that they did because, look, I remember driving the Titan and with the 7-speed, and it hunted an awful lot, even unladen. So this one's acting much better. It's been very smooth.
The mirrors are good enough for this project, for this towing job, because we have a narrower trailer, right?
Yep.
So we don't have like an 8.5-foot camper. And overall, I'm showing 8.9 mpg, my friend. 8.9. So, I mean, this is kind of city driving.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that we really haven't done a lot of highway driving, so it has not been running in its most efficient form. But that's still not too bad considering all the city driving we've been doing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to unload and get this truck to the transmission shop.
All right, well done.
But how much is this Armada?
Ah, yes. So, I happen to have right here the sticker, and now these trucks start at about 50 grand in change, but that's for the base model rear drive, which isn't such a bad deal if you look at what it goes up against. This one, however, which is the Platinum 4-wheel drive, has every conceivable option, comes in at $73,320. That is a lot of money, but
Yeah.
think about what it goes up against. And if you're talking about the GMC Yukon Denali,
Oh my God,
that'll be a
Lord.
lot more money.
80, high 80s maybe.
Exactly. So I think this undercuts a lot of those guys by between, say, $10,000 to even $15,000, which is a benefit, but at the same time, I think those trucks are a lot more advanced. This one definitely still feels a little aged.
But that's okay, but trucky, still trucky.
It's still a truck.
Yeah, it's still trucky.
Proper truck.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.